right. Uh-oh, I've got a thing on my computer. Okay, there we go.
False start.
It's false start. So
5-yard penalty.
Last we left off, you guys had an audience with Shalar Quandaril. He was the captain of the River Maid and an officer for the Crushing Wave cult. He killed your escort, Virion, for speaking out of turn about the wave, and he was not pleased for being insulted by your group, so you battled. And once Shalar and his bandits were down, Pike, Shalar's first mate, threw down his weapon and surrendered. He admitted that he was actually Shalar's servant and wanted to get away from the cult. You took command of the River Maid and instructed the crew to head to Riverguard Keep, where you are hoping to find Broldenthar, or at least hoping to find, kind of where he is. Pike said you shouldn't have trouble gaining entry to the keep because you will be on the River Maid and they will recognize that boat. But they will probably question why Shalar isn't there. So as you guys wind down on the boat, you open a cask of wine and start to make plans for the next morning. And I think that is where we left it off. If you guys wanted to have a conversation with Pike or make plans or whatever, you guys can go ahead and do that now.
By the River Maid, you mean the SSC, man.
Sure.
Our boat, we get to rename it.
We'll be pretending is still the River Maid.
You haven't repainted over it yet, so.
We should do that.
Who's got
What are the limits of prestidigitation? It says I can create a mark. Can I mark over and make the new name?
I don't know that it'd be wise to blow our cover while we still have it.
Hey, I guess it's a good point. They're expecting a certain boat to arrive.
Pike around?
I was gonna say, where are we? Are we just like...
Yeah.
I mean, you guys are on the boat. You can choose whether you're on the deck or down below. Either way. Cool. It's not a very big boat, so you don't have a whole lot of places to go.
I think this is our chance right before bed. Any planning we want to do with Pike? Any strategizing?
Yeah, is Pike up here on the deck with us, or where's
Pike is just wherever you guys are.
Okay.
Pike, how do you think this is going to go if we show up without Shalar?
It's hard to say. I don't know. They're definitely going to question it. They're definitely going to be suspicious.
Okay.
So we'll have to come up with a reason why he's not around. I'd like to not go. I'd like to not get off the boat, if at all possible.
Okay, Pike. We're gonna need something from you. I wanna do a test here, if that's okay. If you'll humor me with this. I want you to imagine that you overthrew Shalar and defeated him in combat and have taken control of the ship. And that you're kind of like the rightful guy to do this. Can you pretend I'm Jolliver and tell us how that would go? Like, what are you going to say to him?
Oh boy. I mean, Shalar was a friggin' sorcerer. I'm just a sellsword.
I think a lot of you. We believe in you.
Yeah, you're the shit, Pike. I think you're the shit.
I want to try to assist and just come up behind Pike and just like start rubbing his shoulders from behind, like, you can do this. So we're just gonna remember that Shalar was a little bitch. He was just a little bitch, and he was not helping the Crushing Tide, and you saw your window, and surely Jolliver will respect and appreciate power. And, I mean, we're going to be fine, so if you stick with us, you'll be fine. You got this.
I mean, he's gonna question who you are and why you're here too.
Doesn't he looking for us though? Like he said he wanted us.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, but you know, who knows
Well,
for what
me,
reason?
right? I mean, if you bring me, wouldn't he be okay with it?
These people are, I don't know, they're not nice. We need a reason. We need a reason to give him why Shalar, like how he wasn't good for the cult anymore. Why would I have overthrown them?
Did he try to kill me? Like, maybe, I don't know.
He tried to take you for himself.
He was jealous of your power.
He disclosed that he was going to
was
try to
jealous of
kill.
my power? I don't have any power.
No,
Maybe
he's
he
jealous of Poppy's
disclosed.
power.
Yes, Poppy's power.
Yeah.
Maybe he disclosed that he had ambitions to overthrow Jolliver, and Pike didn't think that would be best for the group and removed that cancer.
Okay. That might be good.
What if I like forged a letter that said like he was? I don't know.
That
Gonna
is a good
overthrow-
idea.
Because I can forge stuff, you guys. I'm really good at it.
Can we look
Alternative
around
idea.
what
this
if
real
Go ahead.
quick? Don't forget your idea. But if we look around this ship to like captain's quarters, things like that, do we find any journals, notepads, anything like that that would have belonged to Shalar that Poppy could see his handwriting and then make an addition to that document?
yeah, there's stuff around. I had mentioned there were logbooks for the thing, like manifests of things that they had taken from other ships and things like that. So there's definitely examples of his handwriting.
There's one thing I know about ships, they have manifests.
Gee, I think you had an idea.
Yes. Alternative idea just came to me. What if we pretend that in a battle that they did take us captive, and we tie up our hands but not in any sort of binding knots, and we kind of walk in as prisoners that Pike has successfully taken, and Shalar was defeated in battle, but Pike survived, and now we are prisoners. And then
That
we
gets us in the
cannot be
door.
prisoners when the time comes.
That gets us in the door for sure.
Just ideas.
Would that work, Pike? Do you think he would prisoners, or is he just going to kill us?
I mean, I don't know what's going to happen. I haven't spoken with him very much myself. I usually, get stuck scrubbing the deck on the boat. I usually get stuck on the boat just doing chores, basically, whenever we're at River Guard.
Poppy, can you take a look at the manifest and see if there's room in there to create an addition about where he planned to take the ship or something he planned to do after he overthrew Jolliver that we could then present and use as evidence?
Yeah, I can do whatever you want. I can try.
Like he was power hungry and he's ready to, I want more,
Yeah, and you can make some entries that make him kind of sound like a loose cannon, like he might have been losing it a little bit, getting a little unhinged.
Like,
Okay.
And
I
then
just
something
want to
really
kill
embarrassing.
everybody.
I can do that if you guys want to.
That could work. That is a good plan.
I didn't hear what Mark or John were trying to say at the same time.
I was just making a joke. Like, we could have him say something really embarrassing. I couldn't think of what that would be.
Or like, yeah, exactly. Like, I want to kill everybody. I'm going to take over this whole organization.
I will control all water in the world.
Yeah.
Something really
Or-
unhinged.
Well, Pike, I think
Water
you would
sucks.
probably be most familiar with his temperament if you had a suggestion for his what kind of words he would use, his mannerisms, those sorts of things, so we could make it convincing.
I don't think it would be a good idea to go too off the wall, like he's lost his mind or anything like that, because that's just gonna make it less believable.
But like,
But
you could-
having things in there of like maybe he's been taking some of the loot for himself to build up stuff for himself so he could overthrow that, or possibly making a deal with another one of the cults that are around, because I don't know if you've run into them, but there's a couple running around. We could say that he's like betrayed the crushing wave and is like joining in with this other one.
I have an idea. I still have this gargoyle mask
Oh,
that
I
we
was
found.
just gonna suggest that.
We could say that we found it among his things. I'm keeping it, to be clear. But we can say where we found it and that it was among his things.
Also have Feather Gill robes too, if we wanted to use those.
Also
not
an
the mask.
idea.
And then we could say we found
like
a
this
letter with it was like, I'm coming for you guys as soon as I overthrow Jolliver.
As soon as I cut the head off the snake of this group, I'll come join your group.
and consolidate our power. Is the mask? I guess the mask and the cloaks from the same group,
No.
right?
No.
So I think we would need to pick one. Otherwise, we're sending very mixed signals.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. We're like we don't want too many cults. Or
This is
I'm sorry, too many organizations up in this mix.
Who
So you
would
guys,
Jolliver hate the most? The Feather Gale people or the Masked Earth people?
Probably the masked people, the Black Earth. You guys will recall that once the Feathergale Knights like expose themselves to you with like, not in a dirty way, but like a cultist
I
kind
wasn't
of
even
way.
thinking that.
They called themselves the Howling Hatred.
Okay.
So, Howling Hatred. And then you saw in the letter that you found in Moroska, hit like their like leader person mentioned the Black Earth cult, and that's the people with the gargoyle masks.
Okay.
So which one is the Howling Hatred?
The Feathergale people.
Feathergale,
Okay.
Spire people.
Like, what kind of powers do Jolliver have? Like, is he a sorcerer? Like, what's he about?
Like I said, I haven't really talked to him much myself, but I think he does some sort of like shape shifting. I've heard rumors.
Wish he was the one alive here. That would have been helpful. I don't really wish that, Pike. I'm sorry.
Is he a human? Is he like a water elemental like Shular was?
I don't know.
Alright, so I can write this letter if you want me to.
Yeah, I think the letter in combination with the mask story might be pretty believable.
Add some stuff to his book about keeping money and wanting to overthrow.
Anything else that we could use?
I would just say that if Jolliver demands the mask, maybe you give it to him.
I mean, if he really wants it, we'll see.
yeah,
He can get you another mask.
I know, but I
I'm in
think
agreement with Soren here.
Yeah, I think it could come in handy later, but yeah, if we have to burn it here,
It
Like
might come
steal a
more
shot.
in handy now.
right.
More masks, more eyes. We'll get you whatever you want, man.
I will get you all of the eyeballs.
There we go.
Ugh.
The best deal you could ask for.
All right, I'll try to forge this letter and the book stuff.
All right.
Can I assist?
How?
I would like to help by just helping to workshop the wording. Yeah, don't say that. It doesn't quite sound unhinged enough. Say that he is, salivating at the idea of additional power, and say that he is, that Jolliver has been looking particularly vulnerable lately. Like, yeah, add that in right there. And I'm just gonna help her workshop the language.
Well, you don't think I'm unhinged? That's nice. Thank you.
There's a roll. I'm gonna cast guidance.
I have calligrapher's tools.
Okay.
Can I just suggest that Jolliver, or not Jolliver, Pike join in that process too, just to see if we get the language and the writing style as accurate as possible.
Does this sound like his voice kind of thing? You're
It's best-
ghostwriting for your previous boss.
Best that Aaron and I don't get involved in the writing portion.
Nope.
I am mad. I love water.
I'm dumb and only proficient in navigator's tools.
I think you guys should go write your own backup note, just so we can read it later.
Yeah.
And it'll be funny.
Fuck the water cult. Fuck these people. Hate these bitches. Everybody's bitch. Jolliver's bitch.
Alright. Am I rolling something?
I don't really. Let me think. I don't really know. Because the deception will come in the moment when you're presenting it. So
May I make a
what role
suggestion?
would make the document believable? I'll say roll, because you're trying to make your handwriting look like his.
Mhm.
I'm gonna say.
Do you want a suggestion, or do you want to just do whatever you want to do?
Let me think about it for a second.
Yeah.
I have a calligrapher set to use for this.
That you're proficient with?
I should be. I mean, I don't know where that.
I mean, if it's listed in the proficiencies and training section on the character sheet, then, yeah.
It's listed under my tools. Yeah, under the proficiencies.
I want to say performance. Matt, what was your suggestion going to be?
I have seen forgery attempts being ruled as performance checks.
Nice.
Woo.
And if you're proficient in the tool set, I guess you could add your proficiency bonus. I don't know how that math works generally with that stuff.
Well, the proficiency. Well, that now we're trying to DM. That's up to our DM.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. Roll. Let me look at your. Well, no, I don't feel like pulling that all
I have
up.
a +1 to performance.
Okay. I imagine you are proficient in your calligraphy stuff. So go ahead and roll a d20 with advantage from all the help you're getting. And guidance, and then add your proficiency bonus.
To the performance.
Yes.
Okay.
Which at level 4 is +2.
Oh no, they're both really bad.
Yay!
Well,
We're going to fight this guy.
Great
hey,
plan.
we're not gonna agree on that.
Y'all be sure to get a
Great
good
plan.
night's sleep.
13.
Ruined by the dice.
What was it?
13's not bad.
13.
13 is not bad. Pike looks it over and he's like, we'll say the water was really choppy the day he was writing this. So it's just kind of like, not perfect, but not bad either.
As his eyes just filled red with ambition, his hands got a little shakier as he was writing.
Remember I said not to make it too over the top, because we want it to be believable. He also wouldn't be keeping a whole journal about, overthrowing the cult. I think it would be like little things here and there.
Yeah,
Only
but
the
like,
most
isn't
recent
that
entry.
something? Isn't
little-
that something you pirates do? Like, you just journal everything every day of the ship?
No?
Dear diary, today
Oh.
I stole 4 people.
Okay, I have a
Diary
total
of,
misunderstanding about pirate life. Then I have to
Diary of a
reconsider
wimpy pirate.
what I think about y'all. Sorry, my apologies.
Like, do you know anything about an eye?
What? No.
An eye? Like my eyes? His weird eye necklace eyes? What do you
It
mean?
said
It's not
something
weird.
about the eye speaks through me, so I don't know what that means.
That is more like cult stuff. That's way higher level than me.
Oh, shit, do you guys think I like belong to this cult and I just don't know about it?
Do
Can
you
that happen?
remember? Do you remember joining such organization?
No.
Do you have a history of memory loss? Do you remember if you have a history of memory loss?
I mean, I've gotten drunk before and like don't remember stuff, but I don't think I joined the cult.
You know? Maybe.
And I don't know. We'll see what happens, I guess.
All right. Plan is in motion. Do we call it a night?
I think we got a plan. My only other question is, at what point during this interaction do we try to get information about the missing delegate that might be here?
I don't think Poppy's going to be able to sneak off, considering she's kind of person of
Might-
importance in the scenario.
Yeah, I think we're gonna. Nor would I want her to go off on her own anyway, where she could be in incredible danger. You told us about that time you opened a chest by yourself and almost burnt yourself to a crisp and died.
Yeah, that was really bad.
So there might be
Okay.
a way, like a question we have to ask, or a way to just get information about whether or not this person is here or where they might be. This isn't the delegate I'm looking for, so I don't even know their names. It's one of your guys' delegates.
Ruldenthar is the name.
I
That's
roll
the name
stealth
Either
with
or.
I roll stealth with disadvantage, but I think I should
So-
be the one to sneak around when everyone's meeting.
Whose delegate is it that we're looking for?
It's ours, the Harpers one.
I mean,
This is Aaron's delegate, and he's like, "Who's this guy?"
well, over
I mean,
the
I
table,
can-
I have no delegate. I don't think. Anyway.
I was thinking it tracked with your character.
Yeah, I'm just dumb. Like, oh crap! Yeah, forgot the mission.
I mean, I could say that like I could help them interrogate him because I have mind powers and I can like break his brain or something, and then I could talk to him in Dwarvish with like my mind powers and make them think that like I'm interrogating him when really I'm asking him questions.
That seems brilliant.
Yeah, I mean, you'll have his ear for sure. So, I mean, however you want to parlay that conversation into, or segue it into, that direction,
No.
sure.
You had it right. You're speaking like a pirate, saying parlay.
Arr, good.
Ooh, bed? Maybe?
I think it's a plan. I'm just gonna spend a little time looking at my spell book, because they taught me in wizard school that I can prepare different spells for different days. That's never worked for me before, but I'll try it. See if there's something I can have prepared for tomorrow.
That is a good idea. I'll do the same and have some wine.
I'll sit with you with you two as well and try to prepare a new spell, even though
Perfect.
I don't know that I can.
You guys
See if
are
I
all
can do
wizards.
it.
I'm
I
a
know
wizard.
I'm-
I've been to wizard school.
I
I'm
don't
gonna
think
use
I'm a
my-
wizard, but I'm just going to try it.
It can't hurt to try, right?
I'm going to use my herbalism kit during this time to work on a new Xandorian brew.
Okay.
Ooh.
I'm going to watch him do that.
Okay. Who all is having wine?
I'll have a glass.
Actually, if G, do you mention that out loud about mixing up some new stuff? I might go do that.
Yeah,
I'm like the
I'll do that.
ADD kid in kindergarten. I'm just like, oh, I want to go do this. And I want to go
I'll
do
go
this.
do science. Yep.
No wine
sounds
for
good.
me. I'm gonna spend time with my spellbook.
Okay. All right. So you guys study spellbook, work on herbalism kit stuff. That takes time. I'd say you could probably. Oh, there's probably a rule for that. For how long it takes to make a potion.
I'm looking at it right now. It says 8. Oh God, 8 hours of work. I don't know that I have time to do this right now. I need sleep more than I need this.
Is it 8 hours continuous, or can you like work on it for an hour
Uh,
and then get back to it?
doing so requires the use of this kit, and
You can also
says
rule it
over
however
the-
you want.
yeah, it says over the course of one day, 8 hours of work. So
Okay.
you could be the judge.
So we'll never have time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I say you can work on it for about an hour and get started on like gathering things and doing like your mortar and pestle, like grinding the things that you need and all of that.
Sounds good. I gotta plug this fan
Right.
up.
So, as you guys wind down with your tasks before you go to sleep, whoever's having wine, I want you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh no.
Ruh-roh.
Wine on a moving
frick.
ship.
Hey.
9.
9.
Oh no. 14.
Okay.
17.
Soren's not having wine. Arindriel,
Am
Were
I
you
having
having-
wine?
were you having wine on the boat?
Yeah, sure. Even though I'm helping, like I'm like trying to gather stuff, like help G gather stuff for the new potion or whatever.
Mhm.
Yeah, sure. I'm just like walking around, like taking
Okay.
a drink. Sure,
Make a
whatever.
Constitution saving throw.
I want to make it fun. 13.
How bad is this wine?
We're all dead.
It's not bad, but as you guys wind down, your belly's full of wine and the rocking of the boat. The DC was 12, so the only person that failed was Gabriel. You spend an hour puking off the side of the boat before your belly is able to get settled before you can go to sleep.
Oh, yo.
Like,
I just
I
like
don't even want to act it out. It's so miserable, like experiencing it.
They got
Like,
a little belly
God.
got a little too sloshy.
Make it
Oh,
stop.
yeah.
just like right before I go to bed, I'm just like drunk and I'm just like, it's okay, Gabe. Just get the evil out. Just get the evil out. It'll be over soon.
You guys are all trying to go to sleep and you just hear vomiting noises for a while.
Ugh.
Me
It
thinking
smells
every decision I've ever made.
smells like my pocket egg.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
God. Why? Why?
No.
All right. So,
Unless it's gonna negatively affect me, I'm gonna sit there with Gabe and just kind of sit down next to him, and I just kind of like bro talk him through the puke, just like as I sit far away where I'm out of the splash zone, but just like, you got this, man, you got it, and I just keep
keep drinking.
Yeah.
Oh boy. All right. Well, finally,
I need to never drink on a boat again.
Yeah, I didn't even know that could happen. This is the first time on the boat for me too.
All right. So the sickness doesn't last for a long time. You get it all out, and then you guys are able to find rest.
Is anybody keeping watch?
Is anybody keeping watch?
Yeah. I don't trust Mike enough yet, for sure.
Yeah, we're kind of establishing watch rules towards
yeah,
the
I
last
said
session.
I said I would take first watch. That's right.
Yeah, I thought I was taking first watch because I only need a few hours, and then I'll be good for the rest of the night.
And you're puking anyway, so you'll be fine.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I'll stay up with you. Since you're sick as shit, our Wizard Bros kind of stay up with you and keep you company and keep a closer eye out.
Okay.
I happily take sleep during this time.
I'll do the mind thing with them, the one that I rolled for last time, right before.
Okay. How many hours was that?
4.
4 hours.
And I'll talk into both of their heads and just let them know, you guys need anything, you have the connection with my brain.
The connection with my brain.
exists in this universe.
You're inside me right now for the next 4 hours.
Usually doesn't last that long.
There's a potion in my hometown. It's called Gatorade. Is there one on the boat somewhere?
All we have is Pedialyte.
That's even better.
LBJ.
And since I think as an elf I only need 4 hours myself, so I mean I'll sleep. I'll take one of the later shifts, I guess, if need be.
Okay. So you guys can both roll a perception check, or Soren, you can do it with advantage. Poor Gabriel is getting sick.
I'm busy.
Okay, I'll roll with advantage. That's very good. That's a 22.
22. Yeah, you keep a very close watch on Pike, and also the crew that's doing the rowing. Night starts to get really dark. You can see the stars really well from here as you're moving across the water. The water stays nice and gentle. The guys rowing take a few shifts. They take breaks just to rest up a little bit. Pike spends a little time like kind of looking nervous about the morning, but then he is able to find some sleep. But nothing else happens for your watch.
Well, sleepy time for me.
Think I got all the evil out. Could use the rest myself.
I will volunteer as tribute, I think.
Okay.
I think I can do it myself. You want to check now?
Yeah, go ahead and roll a perception check.
I get
25.
Oh shit.
25. That is pretty good. Yeah, your watch, you guys are probably still about halfway up, getting a little bit further than halfway. It's like 20 miles from where you were to get to River Guard on the water. The river's winding, it's not straight, so it's not a straight shot, so it takes a while. But the crew again getting sleepy, taking shifts. Pike is finally out and snoring. And there's nothing that happens on your shift, but Gabriel, as you are rocked to sleep by the river, you drift off into a dream. You are floating above the river, but it isn't as you know it. The water is ink black and churning unnaturally in slow spirals, like there's something stirring beneath it. Below the surface, shapes move, not fish or debris, but limbs, long and boneless, reaching up towards you, beckoning you. And suddenly the water parts like a wound, and you see 4 shadowed figures standing in a whirlpool, each clutching a glowing sigil. Go ahead and make a perception check to see if you can tell what they are.
Do I recognize who? That's going to be bad. 4.
Yeah. You cannot see what the sigils are that they're all holding in their hands. You can tell that they're all different, though. One of
minor details in dreams.
One of the figures steps towards you and raises a rusted trident. And from the depths behind this figure rises a single colossal eye, lidless and alien and filled with stars. The eye, watching you, begins to pulse, and you hear, "You hold the magic of many, but belong to none. Give yourself to the current." You suddenly feel several hands grab you as the limbs breach the surface and you start to be pulled under the water. Water starts to force its way into your mouth and your nose. Go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw for me.
Ew. Cool. That would be... Okay, we're at another 4. Nat 1 for a 4.
Wow. That was a...
Oh, shit.
Nope. Hold on. I'm bad at reading dice. That's a 7, so we're up to 10 now.
10. Okay, that is still unfortunately a failure.
It's okay. At least it's a failure with more honor.
Respect.
Because you failed this roll, you don't recognize it as a dream. It feels real to you. You begin to drown. You try to draw a breath, but water just fills your lungs instead. You try to swim up to the surface, and the limbs just drag you down further.
In this moment, can I try to cast a spell?
Sure.
If I think it's real, can I attempt to cast Misty Step to get away from the peril?
You can attempt it.
Sure.
Go ahead, because you don't roll for Misty Step, but you're in a dream. How do I want to do this? Intelligence is your spellcasting modifier, so I will say roll a d20 and add your spellcasting modifier to it.
All right. 13.
13. So the limbs have drug you down pretty far, and you are able to Misty Step, but not as far as you normally get to go in this thick water. You don't get to the surface, and the arms just like grab you again and pull you under, and water starts to get heavy, and your vision starts to go black. Your pulse begins to slow, and you just feel yourself begin to slip away. And then you wake, panicked and coughing, covered in sweat.
Is anybody near me?
I imagine Poppy would have been near you.
Is she asleep?
Yes.
I just look over, kind of like coming back to reality a bit, and just tell her, like, had some bad dreams. That was awful. Don't want to do that one again.
What happened?
We were on it was like the same river, but the water was black, and there were like these figures that they were limbs, but not arms or legs, anything we've seen. They pulled me under, and it just felt so real in the moment. I really felt like I was drowning and tried to use a spell to get away and barely worked. Awful, but
Say anything to you? Anybody talk to you in your dreams?
you know, I'll have to ask G. Maybe I saw Xandor. There was some giant eye that spoke to me, reminded me that I have all these magical abilities from, you know, people, enemies, friends I've come across, but I really don't belong to any of them.
I understand that. They said that the eye speaks to me too. What is with all the eyeballs?
Well, maybe we could ask G. Maybe it is Xandor. Maybe these cultists have something else. But I think that's enough sleep for a night. I think I'll stay up. Am I at a good enough point for a long rest at least, or would I need to like get back to sleep for at least a little bit?
The dream happened at the end of your sleep cycle,
Okay.
at the end of your 4 hours. So you can go ahead.
Okay, so then I'll say I think I'll stay up for a bit, and then I just like pull myself to the feet, and maybe we'll start heading back to the deck.
I thought you were gonna misty step off the boat.
Oh no.
Bye. That was fun.
Yeah,
Going to my
Yeah,
dark
I'm
masters.
I go to the deck, and the first thing I do is I just go to like the rail and like look over just to like confirm it's water. You're like, okay, feeling a little better about where we're at.
Yeah,
I
confirming
see
your
him.
own reality.
I see
Yeah.
him do this and say like, what are you expecting to see? It's all water.
Just had a crazy dream. Seeing water is actually a relief. While I got you here,
Sure.
out of pure curiosity, can you tell me what your Xandor looks like?
I mean, he's what you would expect a beholder to look like in terms of his basic makeup, but he's big and bright red and has a giant eye along with his tentacles and other eyes. Nothing physically distinguishable about him necessarily.
I only ask because I had a dream. I saw this big floating eye, and it was like filled with stars, and I don't know. I thought of you, and I thought, oh, wouldn't this be funny if somehow this was Xandor coming to the dream? But I don't think so.
Well, we do use the eye iconography a lot in Xandorian, so maybe there's something there. I don't know.
Well, I thank you for sharing.
Anytime.
How was your rest?
I slept like an angel.
Beautiful. It's gonna be a wild day.
Fun day.
Hope this goes well. We should be ready for anything.
All day, every day.
Cool. So are we good to do our long rest? And I might just need a minute to swap spells around because
that happened at the end of yours, and it's getting to be the end of everybody else's. So you guys can go ahead and take your long rest and do what you got to do for that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Official
about
long
1
rest.
second.
Probably need to. A temp HP probably resets at a long rest, right?
Yeah, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
I think I had that from Armor of Agathis anyway. So
No one hit you, did they?
no, I was about to have Pike just punch me. the other day. But as the start of every other day, I will brush my teeth, all that stuff as part of my morning routine. I will cast False Life on myself.
Okay.
All right. I'm all good on spell swaps.
All right. Any other spells? Any mage armors or anything?
I actually don't know that one. Not yet.
I was mostly
Mage armor
talking-
for me, for sure. When I
Okay.
wake up in the morning.
Yeah, you guys can all wake up.
Yeah.
You wake up, the sun is just rising and you guys can see the keep in the distance. It's still a little bit of a ways away, but you can see it is not a very large keep. It's on the west side of the river, and the walls are built all the way down into the water. And you can see a gap in the gate that looks like it will allow boats to come through once you guys get there.
They had food, like some food on this boat.
Yeah, there were like some salted fish and stuff like that.
Just pass out food, like, here you go, here's a piece of fish.
Brilliant. Thank you.
Gobble, gobble, gobble.
Gotta have.
Nom, nom,
You
nom.
have your crumble cakes as well.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Gotta have breakfast cake.
I wanna
Yeah.
I wanna talk to Bubbles, and I tell him, Bubbles, if you can, go ahead, scout this keep a little bit, see if we get an idea for, do they have stationed guards around the area? Anything you can tell us.
Sure thing. So he flies ahead, and it takes him a little bit to get there, and it's too far away for you to like communicate telepathically with him. But after a few laps around, he'll fly back and say, it looks like they've got 1 or 2 people on all the walls. And on the inside the keep, there's just people walking around looking like they're just doing work.
All right, thank you. And I'll report that back to our crew. Say Bubbles went ahead. He said there's some guards on the walls. Everybody else is kind of inside, going about their daily business.
Well, crew, I think the key to this is going to be confidence.
Absolutely.
Emphasis on the con.
I think we exude that, or I think we are. It's very obvious that we are.
I feel pretty
Flipping
confident.
through my spell book, and I don't have anything that can temporarily buff that, but we'll do the best we can.
Yeah, unfortunately, I tried to think about some different spells to have them ready for today, but it just doesn't work for me. I guess I need to keep practicing.
All right. So you guys start to get closer and closer to the keep, and you can see now that you're closer, this gap in the wall, you can see a really heavy chain blocking the way. But once you guys get close enough, you see somebody poke their head out of the wall of one of the round towers that's connected to the wall, that's right kind of half on the land and kind of half going into the water. And they poke their head out, and then they just yell out, "Riverbait approaching! Open the gate!" And then this heavy chain that's blocking the way, you can just hear it clink, 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 clink as they're
While that's
lowering
happening,
it.
I wanna bump Soren and be like, he means the sea, man.
Yeah, he does.
Make way for seamen.
And while this is happening, I want to keep an eye out to see, like, who is pulling what in order to make this gate open to such an extent that if we needed to make an escape and this route was blocked off, what would need to happen to reopen? Like, I want to pay attention to that as all this is
I gotcha. So as you guys are going through the gate, you can see this very heavy metal chain is going into a small hole into the tower, and it looks like it's being operated from the inside of the tower that's connected.
Yeah. We have an idea of where that is, ish.
Yes. I'll update your map once, like, later, but we're just gonna do theater right now. So you guys enter, and then you can hear the clink, clink, clink of the big heavy chain as it's being like re-lifted to block the way again. And the tower where somebody yelled out was on the east side. It's a round tower. And you can see that this is the inside of this gate is just a small basin for boats. There's not enough room for a lot of boats, but 2 or 3 boats to come and go. And there are some natural stairs that have been carved in to this 20-foot bluff that goes from the water and up into the courtyard area. Somebody comes down out of the tower, and Pike is just like, well, here goes
Pike.
nothing.
Pike, are you ready to change your life? You're going to be the face of our party.
Don't worry, Pike. I've got your back, too.
I'll stand next to Pike, and if I need to like produce any of my mind blades, I'll do that.
Okay. I kind of give him a hug around the neck, and don't know. I mean, I know how long it'll last, but I don't know if it'll do any good. But I'm gonna cast guidance on him kind of before we're in the presence of anyone.
All right. I think that only lasts a minute, but okay.
Yeah.
I'll talk to Poppy and say, if you need to reestablish your mind connections, now might be a good time.
I should do that.
Maybe even one to Pike if you can.
Ooh, I can. I'll do one to Gabriel and to Pike.
Okay. Go ahead and do that.
Ooh, for 5 hours.
All right. As you guys are kind of prepping and getting ready, you can see a human male with a logbook walk up to you with a scowl on his face. He says, Pike, where's Shalar? Who are these people? Where's your normal crew? What is going on here? I don't recognize these people. Who have you brought here?
I'll create a blade.
You just create a blade? He immediately is like, excuse me.
The mind blade that Jolliper seeks.
We'll see about that. Pike, explain yourself. Pike kind of swallows hard, and he's just like, Shalar has betrayed to the sea. He was making deals with the Black Earth. I found this mask among his belongings. And he shows the mask that I'm assuming you guys handed to him, right?
I handed it to him.
I found this mask among his belongings. He was planning to overthrow Jolliver, so I did what had to be done. The Rivermaid is under my command, and once again loyal to Riverguard. The man takes the mask and looks at it, and he's just like, he kind of shakes his head. I am going to do a deception check for Pike.
Make sure to add all the stuff.
Yes. He does not have, his charisma is not great.
Oh no.
We're hyping our boy Pike up.
I was like, is this close enough to the guidance?
Oh, sorry.
I'll allow the guidance. And I'm gonna get, the DC is lower because you have the mask and you have the letter that I'm sure you're showing him as well. So I'll do it with advantage. The DC is lower because of all of the help. And then the guidance. Okay. With advantage, it was a 16 naturally, plus 3 for the guidance. So that's 19.
Huzzah!
Huzzah! That's very good. So the human looks at it, is looking at the mask and the letter, and he says, I never trusted that Shalar. Well done, Pike. Jolliver will still want to hear about this from you. And who are these that you have with you? Your new crew? And he just says, yes. They helped me defeat Shalar. They will be my new crew. If Jolliver will allow it.
We knew he was shady as soon as we saw him.
All right, very well. He's in the Great Hall. So he hands back the mask and the letter, and he allows you guys to go on with the escort of 2 of the people on guard on the wall. He instructs 2.
He's just gonna hear it. That was really good.
He's like, he's surprised by the voice in his head. He's just like, he jumps a little. He's just like, I was about to piss my pants.
You did so fucking great, and I'm just like fucking like holding his cheek, just like, you did fucking great. You did great.
All right, so you guys will walk up this kind of natural staircase onto the main grounds of the courtyard area, and the 2 escorts are taking you around what looks like to be an old, like, dilapidated like stables area. There's no horses in there. From the inside, you can tell that this keep is pretty run down. But there are areas where there's some new timber, some new shingles in some areas. You can tell that they're working on it, but this is definitely old, kind of decrepit keep. And as you guys are being led through the courtyard, you pass by a room that's, the doors are open and there's a lot of windows that are open. And you can see some plain wooden pews facing a large driftwood altar at the end, and it looks to be the keep's chapel. And since all the windows are open, as you walk by, you can actually hear a piece of the sermon going on inside. Brothers and sisters of the tide, the surface lies. The land blinds us with false promises. It is rigid, unyielding. But the sea, oh, the sea humbles all. Water is truth. It cannot be grasped, but it slips into every crack. It wears down the stone. To serve the crushing wave is to embrace freedom. You are no longer stone waiting to shatter. You are the flood. Would you drown for Olhydra? And then the few people on the inside respond in unison. Yes, I would drown and rise again. That's about all you guys can hear as you're walking past. And right past that room is large double doors that you guys go into, and this is the Great Hall of the Keep. It's 2 stories high with stone stairs on both sides of the room leading up to a stone balcony, and 2 closed doors are at the opposite end. There are arrow slits looking out to the north and the south side. And below the balcony is a large wooden chair sits behind a wide table littered with papers and discarded plates. And a second table is long and furnished with benches, and it runs down the middle of the hall. The walls are painted green and blue, and they are decorated with some banners showing nautical designs. And at the desk at the end, you can see a male sitting there doing paperwork, and a very large woman to the next of him, and then two like guard-like people standing there also. The man looks up, and Pike is just like, "That's him. That's Jolliver. That's him." He whispers to you guys.
Sorry.
Pike.
Oh, God.
He's a human?
He looks human.
Okay.
I was gonna say,
What does
the
that
only thing
mean?
that popped in my head is like the Samuel L. Jackson. Does he look like a bitch?
Like a bitch.
Yeah, he does.
I do. As we're walking up, I lean over to Soren and I'm like, and I'm whispering, I'm like, you know the weird stuff you have about the eyeballs? All that stuff about them chanting about the sea? Same thing. I think that's weird, but I don't want to say anything.
Oh no, we have to talk about it later, but you're right, it is super fucking weird.
Yeah, super fucking weird. I don't get it. And just keep going.
So Jolliver says, "Pike, I don't see much of you. I usually deal with Sholar. Where is he?" Pike says, "I have some unfortunate news, Jolliver. Pike has betrayed you and the sea."
Shalar has betrayed.
Huh?
You said Pike has betrayed.
Whatever,
Shalar has
Shalar.
betrayed.
Shalar has betrayed you and the sea. I discovered that he'd been making deals with the Black Earth. I found this mask with his belongings, along with some notes I found in his ledgers. He was planning to overthrow you, and so I did what had to be done. With the help of this group here.
Gotta puff my chest out a little bit.
He leans back in his chair and crosses his arms. He says, "Bring the mask and what you have there. Bring it to me."
I want to subtly take a peek. Are there any more dwarven books like on any of the desks or whatever? So
Make
there's paper
a
stuff.
persuasion check.
Or persuasion or perception?
No, not persuasion. Perception. The other P one.
Persuasively look
One
with
of the
your
penguins.
eyes.
I figured. 15.
From where you're standing, you can't see. There's no books.
Okay.
Similar to the ones that you have found. He looks at everything, and he says, "Is that so?" And I'm gonna make another deception check. Without guidance.
Does our presence, like, do we as a group do anything to assist him? Like, our being there?
I'm still giving it advantage,
Okay.
and because you guys did the forgery and you had the mask, the DC is lower.
Come on, this is an actual good plan that never happens.
With advantage, it was a natural 20.
Hey!
Shit.
Let's go.
He looks over the mask and the letter, recognizing Shalar's handwriting, and he says, "Very well. The River Maid is yours."
Seaman.
I expect you to fill Shalar's shoes. Well, you may go. And Pike turns and is just like, as he walks by you guys, he's just like, "Good luck."
He's gonna go throw up.
And instead, I'll just say, "Bye, Pike, you did really good. I still have this connection for 5 hours if you want to talk in my brain."
He's just like, "I'm getting the fuck out of here." He's hauling ass back to the River Maid.
He's like the guy that somehow got out of the whole deal and now he just has a ship that he can just take.
Don't leave yet.
No, I start I start acting like I'm leaving with Pike. Like, oh, okay, we're done. All right,
No,
cool.
nope.
Oh,
The rest of you stay. Who are you? And what are you doing here?
Well, you've been looking for us, right?
And who are you?
we're people that dealt with that fucking traitor.
Some of your people know this one as the Mind Blade.
I'll do my blade thing.
Is that right?
We just know
That-
her as a little flower.
Does that sound familiar to you at all, or was that an obsession of Shalar's?
No, it sounds familiar to me. I am just surprised to see you coming so willingly.
Well, we are nothing if not a group of people who believes in mutual benefits. And depending on what your interests may be, our interests might be aligned.
You've come to join the Crushing Wave?
Perhaps. First, we come seeking information that we might see how we might best serve ourselves by possibly serving you.
And you know, for what it's worth for me, I hate those gargoyle bastards, and I just never really liked land in general, especially sand. Sand is definitely the worst. It's scratchy and coarse.
It gets everywhere.
Fuck land and sand. And so I'm pro water.
Yeah, I mean, the speech they were giving sounded
Feel-
interesting.
I feel G
y'all
needs
got
to
some-
roll a deception check.
I got some high quality H2O.
We don't go to the
going on.
beach for the sand. We go for the water.
So first, since everybody was saying stuff, I will need a deception check, a group deception check.
What if I wasn't lying? What if it did sound cool?
Yeah, sand
gonna-
does suck.
It did
I
sound
do
I'm gonna
hate
use
sand.
I'm gonna use Tides of Chaos to give myself advantage on this.
Okay.
I mean, my deception and persuasion is the same, so it doesn't really matter.
Does lucky affect just any? Can I do that to ability checks, or is that no? They tightened that, didn't they?
Know your own feats, Goo, but since I have it too, when you roll a
Yeah.
d20 for a d20 test, you can spend a luck point to give yourself advantage, so it would apply here.
Yeah, I haven't looked at it in like a month because I keep forgetting of it. I'm gonna use a luck point on the deception check. So
Okay.
I'm gonna give myself advantage.
Ooh, good fucking rolls. Both were good with advantage.
And of course, I rolled 2 8s for a 12.
Oh no.
24.
8.
12.
20.
I'm missing one. Gabriel, did you have one?
Said 8.
Oh, I have 12,
5.
24, 8, and 20.
12 is me.
Soren had a 24.
I had
Yeah,
a 24.
I had a 12 as
Okay,
well.
so there's 2 12s.
2 12s. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Boy.
With advantage, I rolled the same God's damn number.
I mean, with the advantage on that one roll, I rolled a 4 and a 7.
All right. So he says, well, if you've come to join, you must prove your loyalty. Are you prepared
Okay.
to do this?
And what
That
does
depends.
that look like?
Is it like what those guys in the chapel were maybe about to do?
Don't mind them. She drones on.
Perhaps as a gesture of good faith, Sir Jolliver, you could start by offering us a little information that we might be more apt and able to join your cause. And I kind of lean over to Poppy real quick. I'm like, what's your fucking delegate's name again?
Ruldenstar.
Got it. What can you tell us about a missing dwarf named Ruldendar?
And what do you want to know? What do you want with him?
He owes us a conversation.
And what would that be?
I think those matters might be more shared once we are fully on board with your organization, but until then, this is a show of good faith, is it not?
Show of good faith. You think I'd let a group of strangers walk in and have a chat with my prisoners? I run this keep. You will answer my questions first.
Do I feel a mental connection with Poppy? I don't remember if I have it.
She said Gabriel and Pike this time, I think.
Never mind then. Okay.
I just say out loud. So he's here in the keep.
Look, if you are ready to join, really all we wanted was the Mind Blade. So, if you would like to join, ma'am, you will need to drown one of your companions and release the water in their veins back to the sea. That is my requirement.
Cool.
Why do you want me?
There's potential there. I haven't seen it myself, but I've heard.
Who told you about me?
It doesn't matter, girl.
I have like a fan club out there that I need to know about.
Look, you people talk too much. I don't need you to cooperate. I just need you to live long enough for someone to take what's in your head, even if we have to do it the hard way.
I have a DM question.
My head?
In this moment, I have a DM question, Poppy. In this moment, I'm straight up like Matt Damon in the Bourne Identity, like counting, like where are the exits in this room and how many people are in this room.
Okay. There's Jolliver, and then the larger woman next to him, the two guards, and then the two other ones that escorted you down here. So there's currently 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Approximately how far away is Jolliver?
He is, well, hang on. Let me blow up my map. I didn't actually have you guys in the room yet, but I will now.
In the room where it happens.
In this moment, I'm going to try to make eye contact with Gabriel and just do my very best to wordlessly, without, like, telepathically communicate, not in a way in which we actually have the ability, but just in the way you do with people you know well. Like,
non-verbal.
I'm hoping that my eyes just say it's fucking go time. Whether or not you interpret that, I will leave open, but I'm just going to look at you. I'm just going to look at you and hold the look and then look back. That's all I'm going to do.
He will
Okay, he's about 35 feet away from you.
Okay. And then I let the conversation play out.
Jolliver, can we confer with each other for a moment while we consider your offer? What you've said?
No. You're wasting my time enough already.
I want to,
Rude.
I'll use the telepathic connection with Poppy.
Really?
And I'll tell her, see if we can go along with this. Where would we have to drown somebody? Maybe we could get a more private area, less guards.
So you said that I have to drown someone, right?
Yes, that is what I said. And I'm losing patience.
As he steps up, I take one step forward and I say, Poppy, if this is what you really want, I will give my life for your cause.
That is very honorable of you, Gabriel.
You're so brave, Gabriel. You're so brave.
Yeah, you see Aaron like has his hand on his sword, but then like looks at Gabriel as he's saying this and just like, oh. Okay.
Make another deception check, Gabriel.
Come on.
Let's
Come on.
He is
Not a
he is
charisma
starting he's starting
character.
to get aggressive, so this is going to be more difficult.
Ooh, we're at a 19.
Ooh.
That's pretty good.
All right.
Well, what are we for?
4.
It's just a good roll. There's no help there.
Ooh. There's no help.
Whatever the
You'll-
dice say.
You'll do it here then.
No, I want to take him to the water.
You don't get a say here.
But you said you want what's in my head. What if I can give that to you?
You know, I've seen true power, the kind that raises storms and sinks keeps. You are a spark trying to pass for lightning, and you are not worth the trouble. And he stands up, and we are going to roll initiative.
Let's fucking go. Yeah, that's all right. This is what was happening.
Yeah,
I was a second away from just like Eldritch Blast.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I was thinking the same thing.
I was
There
getting
is
ready
no
to
way in
do.
hell I was gonna try to drown you, bro.
I was not expecting you to be like, yeah, you can drown me. I was like, fuck, what?
Well,
I was just thinking, like, if there's no water in this room, we gotta go somewhere else.
Yeah.
Maybe we can
Nah,
get
they
more
were prepared to
private
bring in a bucket.
Oh.
They were
I
gonna
was
water
like,
thinking-
yeah,
you.
he said try to get us somewhere that doesn't have a bunch of people in there.
Also,
I was thinking that was
gonna
a
do-
brilliant plan to try to like finagle us a surprise round or something.
I was gonna do something cool with my shape water too right before.
I was
All
hoping
right.
I could try to do a medicine check for CPR.
Let me do
We're
some
not
math
actually gonna
updating.
drown.
Bobby was
Alright.
never gonna actually drown Gabriel.
I figured. I was never gonna let you.
I would have waited. I would have waited till the last second and then just fucking blasted everybody.
I'm gonna grab water. Yeah, we got a minute, right?
I mean,
Yeah, I gotta do some map updating stuff.
Do you want us to go ahead and roll initiative in the meantime?
You can, just don't tell me yet.
Sure.
I rolled my shittiest initiative of the campaign.
Probably still better than mine.
I have a +5 being a rogue and all decked and shit, so.
I have a +1.
Oh no.
Yexie's Midnight Runners.
I really do. I really do miss the days of having advantage on initiative rolls as a barbarian. Still, and that was like years ago. That was our first campaign.
Yep. Yeah, I was just thinking, even if we could get to another room where there's like 2 less guards, that would be
Yeah.
Sorry,
we're at
guys.
Water.
all good. We tried to play it out as far as we could.
Yeah. We tried.
Music is gnarly. I'm loving it.
Everybody go play
Expedition
Expedition
33.
33.
What's that?
I don't think I've come across
Is it
the
good?
final name, but like even just the style of song I recognize.
I think it's free on Game Pass, isn't it?
Xbox Game Pass, I think so.
I'm gonna get back to it this week.
That's not what I meant.
Ah, I see a turn order. Oh man,
Loading.
things happening?
Summoning tacos.
I would love a taco. It's Tuesday, right?
Summoning taco sounds like the best spell ever.
Summon Taco Bell.
That's cool.
Is this Oh no, okay.
All right, so you guys can change how you were. I just figured Poppy was the one talking, so she was up front.
That's fair.
But you guys can.
stepped up to make my bold gesture.
Okay.
Also,
You-
LOL at Bubbles' little picture cracks me up every time.
Yeah, I was just like, he's just over there flying.
Yeah,
I
he's
love
out
Bubbles.
Spinning around. All right, let me roll for these guys.
I'll accept wherever my initial placement is.
If I may, as a free action, as all of this happens and combat breaks out, I just kind of want to shout as a battle cry, "Focus fire!" That's it.
All right, whatever Soren hits, I'm hitting someone else.
I mean, probably. We're all going to each take a separate bad guy.
I'm just kidding. Focus fire is good strategy.
I mean, take out the biggest baddie first is usually the better plan.
Crystal, that song was dope, but I don't think it was on loop.
It's not supposed to be.
Oh.
Well,
I
then
have three.
nothing's after.
Well, there it is. I can still hear it.
I hear nothing.
It's out.
All right, well, I'll
Press.
just there. I have 3 songs going.
Now
like,
we hear stuff. Now we hear stuff. Let's go.
Buddy.
I need to turn up my music.
Damn.
So based on the music, if I push the button at exactly the right moment, I can parry their attacks, right?
How that works.
Which means I'm gonna botch it like 100 times. If you get perfect timing, you get a spell slot back.
That'd be
all right, Poppy,
amazing.
what's your initiative?
Rolled an 8.
Wow.
Okay. Aaron.
14.
G.
18.
Soren.
11.
And Gabriel.
14.
All right. Players get to go before baddies whenever they are tied, so that's good there. All right. We
Gabriel,
are
I would guess
at G.
you're more Dexy than I am.
Yeah, 2 14s. Do you guys want to roll these or?
Well, I mean, I have a 12 for Dex. I don't know what your Dex is.
16.
All right.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, go ahead.
All right, we are at G with Jolliver on deck.
Okay. I am going to start as always and pray to Xandor here and cast Bless on myself, Poppy, Aaron. I'm gonna go Gabriel. Sorry, Soren. Gotta make
That's all right.
cuts.
I'm feeling lucky.
Bless dice ready.
And
Bless-
am I able to like scurry back here a little bit, or is my party in the way?
Poppy's pretty short. You could probably kind of step over in between.
Okay, so I'm gonna just try to get back to there, and that'll be my turn.
Okay.
Starting us out with prayer.
Ale Xandor.
All right. Let me just look. Is that in your turn?
Yeah.
All right, we're at
Jolliver's
Jolliver,
still
and
in
then
love with you.
Gabriel's up next after that. All right. So Jolliver, he stands, and you guys can see he suddenly starts to change, and his muscles start to just bulge out of his shirt. His face elongates, and two tusks on each side start to sprout from under his mandible. He starts growing ears and fur as he uses his bonus action to shapeshift into his hybrid werebore form.
Cool.
It's hybrid what?
He's a werebore.
Werebore. Got it.
So that was his
Werebore? Therebore.
Looks like bacon's on the menu tonight, boys.
This more or less sort of looks like how I originally envisioned G. We'll talk about that later. He was originally going to be much more piggish.
Alrighty. So he is going to. Let me just read his attacks.
She's like, what's the worst thing I can do?
By the way, I did just
Exactly.
look up a picture. No stats, just pictures. Wanted a visual.
All right. He is going to spend his 30 feet of movement and do a multi-attack, and he is going to try to gore Poppy. So he's going to run
doesn't
straight
sound
up,
good.
and he is going to try to gore you.
Yeah.
That is a 25 to hit.
Yeah, that
All right. That is going to be 8 points of piercing damage, and I need you to make a constitution.
With plus.
Constitution saving throw.
Constitution saving throw.
Oh boy, let's see. That's a 11.
Oh no. That fails. You can feel the tusk gore into your side, and this you can feel like this putrid poison-like substance into your veins, and you are cursed.
Oh no!
First.
Yes,
Curse.
you have the lycanthrope curse.
Oh, I get to be a werewolf.
Oh,
This is
Oh,
a great
no.
day.
Not
Oh,
necessarily. Not necessarily. Not
We
yet.
will deal with this later. This is a whole thing.
Oh wait,
Jimmy.
is there a tradition for this? I just looked. There's nothing called curse.
So if you, while you're cursed, or if you drop to 0 hit points, you instead become a werebore that I control.
Oh shit.
This just got fucking serious, guys. This just got
Oh,
really
no!
serious.
Oh no.
All right, well, I guess we'll get ready for Daggerheart then.
All right. He is also going to do
Oh,
his.
shit.
Oh,
Wait.
music went out again.
So
Oh, hell.
wait, that's if Poppy just goes to
Just
0
drops to
HP.
unconsciousness. If she goes
Okay.
unconsciousness, she's gone.
Poppy, stay with us.
Only have
You're-
31 hit
Engage.
points. I'm already down to 20.
Disengage.
You're a humanoid.
I am gonna disengage and run the fuck away, but I'm at the.
You only
very
have
bottom.
how many hit points?
I only have 31 to start with.
Oh
Less
shit!
than that now.
All right. Well, he's going to also hit you with his tusks again. Tusk
Cool.
attack.
I.
Come on. And
14 to hit.
Oh, it doesn't hit.
All right. So that ends his turn.
Thank God.
Just FYI, if that happens again and you guys succeed on the Constitution saving throw, you're immune to the for 24 hours. So it's not like a every time situation.
Cool.
But if you don't,
But if you don't, you guys are gonna have a couple werewolves in your party.
Man, I'm all for that. I almost want to just let him bite me.
All
your
right.
8 intelligence is showing.
Yeah, Crystal controls us, though. I don't know that we have prepared for anyone.
Werewolf stuff, cool.
We're werewolves, not swearwolves.
I've already
So-
been a werewolf.
We are at Gabriel with Aaron on deck.
All right, I'm going to bonus action activate the blade song.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna take 1 step back next to G.
Okay. He's going to use his opportunity attack to try to hit you.
Yeah, that's fine. Well,
Is that at some kind of disadvantage because of blade song stuff, or?
no, I gotta hit him first.
Oh, okay.
Right now, the crit roll.
Blade Song raises
Never
his
mind.
AC though.
Yeah.
That's a 24 to hit.
Shit. Yeah, that's.
Get toast.
This is bad, guys. This is real bad. I'm nervous.
About to unload on this dude.
13 points of piercing damage.
Real bad.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Okay.
No werebore stuff.
No.
Okay. All right. So then, yeah, it's a good spot. And then I look at him and I say, "You'll pay for what you've done." And I'll cast Witch Bolt at level 2. Do a
Okay.
Witch Bruto. And I startled my dog. Sorry, buddy. No, serious stuff over here. Let's see. Let's hope that's enough. 16.
That hits.
Hey. Thank you. Bless. Hashtag bless.
That's right, I'm blessed.
All right. Let's see. 10, 7, 2. 19 points of lightning.
Ooh.
Okay.
And
Hell yeah.
then as it hits, the beam stays connected to me as I can reactivate with a bonus action on subsequent turns. And
Music's done.
I'll take. There's really no good place.
Man, I can hear it on my end, so I don't know why.
I'll stay put. I'll stay right there.
It's up now.
No, I just
Cool.
turned it off, so it shouldn't be.
It like
Okay,
came
now
on and
it's
then
on.
back off again. Now it's on.
Okay. Okay. So, are you done with your turn? I'm sorry, I got all distracted.
All good. That is turn.
Okay.
He killed Jolliver.
No, he did
I
not.
won't
Yeah,
got it. I'm really strong.
We all saw it.
Okay. Wait, why is this being done?
A shitty game for me to low social initiative.
Yeah, all her good rolls are finally gonna hit at once.
Yeah.
Yeah, Crystal's.
Every game.
She unleashes her fury upon us.
All right. So that ends your turn. It is Aaron within the crushing wave. Reaver's next.
All right. Knowing that Poppy is kind of like, I hear all this talk about taking it, like just extracting it from her brain. For the first time, you hear out loud, Aaron's just like, Zaman Rule, give me strength. And I am like, kind of just like you see the eyes roll in the back of my head, and I just start like, I put my hand out and I'm just going to start speaking gibberish. I don't know if it'd be infernal, whatever Zaman Rule's language is. I'm going to Hexblade's Curse Jolliver.
Okay.
And then, like, I don't know if I can move through everybody. If I can get 10 feet that way.
Yeah, Poppy's short. You guys can do that.
Yeah, I mean, I'll even just for flavor, just flip over, because it's just like, you know, hunter finding its prey, and I'm going to use a point of lucky to give myself advantage on this strike.
Okay.
I don't think I can do that with Vengeful Strike. I don't know.
Use
I don't
luck.
know. Yeah, like Vengeful Strike, you still get to attack with Vengeful Strike.
Luck gives you advantage on a d20 roll before you make the roll.
Yeah, any d20 roll.
Okay, so yeah, the Hexblade's Curse is a bonus action, so I'm marking that off. So I'll crit for. I get a crit on a 19 or 20, +2 on damage rolls, and I'll cast Vengeful Blade with my action.
You said the Hex Blades thing was a bonus action?
Yes.
And so that's not like a leveled spell type of situation?
No, I think it's just.
That's
I
warlock
think
shit.
it's just.
It's
Yeah,
an
I think
ability.
that's just something
Warlock
I do. Yeah.
Okay.
I can do it once per short rest. And then with my action, I'll cast Vengeful Blade. And with luck, I will try with advantage to hit this motherfucker.
With
Okay.
bless.
Yep,
No-
I got it.
no luck.
Got it in my hand.
No luck. It's Xandor.
It can be both.
Okay, so didn't get a critical, but that's fine. So,
That's
11 plus 3 plus. Let's see, 11 plus 3, that's 14. So, melee attack against it with one other creature. Do I get my plus? Do I get my +6 for a hit DC on that as well? That would be a dirty 20 if it's +6 on that hit DC.
Where's the +6 coming from? I don't know your shit.
That's from like the melee, like a normal
Yeah, it's an
melee
attack
attack
roll.
with my greatsword.
Yeah.
You rolled an 11 on the die?
Attacks?
Yeah,
Yeah,
so-
it counts.
Yeah, 11 on
Yeah.
the die with advantage, +3 for bless, +6, so dirty 20.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay.
This is not your first attack roll with this particular cantrip.
Well, I don't
Yeah,
know if
but-
I've been adding the +6, and I've been doing, and I did some manual stuff with it too. So,
Yeah, the way
that
that
is
spells are written, it says you make your normal attack roll, and plus you add the effects of the cantrip.
so 15 points of slashing damage,
Okay.
and then that same mist starts circling around Jolliver.
Gotcha.
Oh, and I get +2 on the damage rolls for anybody I have Hexblade's Curse, so whatever that damage roll was, add 2 to it, so 17 total damage, sorry.
Okay.
Was 15, now 17.
So -2 more.
Yep.
Okay. That ends your turn?
That's it.
Alrighty. So we are at the Crushing Wave Reavers. We're gonna start with this person over here. They are actually going to what's this? What can you do? Let me see. I don't even know what my friggin' Okay. This one, I'm gonna start with this one instead. This one's going to run upstairs and away.
That sounds not good for us.
Yeah, I don't like that.
That sounds.
Okay, so that's that one. Now I'll start going in clockwise fashion. This one is going to shoot a crossbow bolt at G. Try to break that concentration. Yeah, all my good rolls are coming out now, guys.
Oh,
Sorry about
No.
that.
no.
Does she need to move up one? What's this distance? She's got to move up actually a little bit more than that. She only had 30 feet of distance on the heavy crossbow. Yeah, okay. So that was a natural 18 plus some stuff. 23 to hit.
Yes, that hits.
Okay.
You want me to do the Constitution save first?
After I do damage.
Okay.
All right. That is going to be 4
damage.
4 points of piercing damage and then 1 point of poison damage. So 5 total.
Okay. And now rolling for...
Now roll a Constitution save, or
Constitution.
you have to get a 10 or better.
Yep, and I get advantage with that, and I am blessed, so I get that on there too.
Hashtag
Yeah.
yes.
Yep, both. 16, 18. Yep.
Okay, perfect. All right. This one is going to walk right here and take a swing at Gabriel with their... they're the ones that have the shark tooth lined swords. He's going to try to take a stab at you with that.
Shout.
9 to hit. Not very...
That is a no.
All right.
Dodge out the way.
Cool. The next one
Perfect dodge.
is here. He's gonna run up and try to hit Aaron because he's fucking trying to hit his boss there. So he's gonna do the same thing with his shark tooth short sword. That's hard to say.
Shark tooth short.
That's probably gonna hit.
The Human Torch was denied a bank loan.
22 to hit.
Yeah.
Okay. And you're wearing armor, right?
Yes.
Okay. He does extra damage if you're not wearing any armor, so.
Well, that's bad.
Soren's like, what?
We got mage armor. That's armor.
Oh shit, I needed an 8, not a 6. Here we go. That is 4 points of slashing and 2 points of poison damage. So 6 points total.
Ready?
Okay. That will end his turn, and we are at Soren with Poppy on deck.
Okay, I am first going to activate my innate sorcery and let the power flow through me.
Okay.
Got to turn that on in my character sheet because it changes stuff. Alright. And then for my action, I will look at Jolliver and I will say, one of the best things about water is that you can make it freeze. And I'm going to cast Hold Person. And I'm going to spend 2 meta magic to make it... to make it an heightened spell so that he will have disadvantage on the save.
Okay. And it's a wisdom save?
It is a wisdom save of 16.
Okay. The disadvantage did it. That is a...
Nice.
So he is paralyzed. And I am concentrating on the spell.
paralyzed.
Fantastic.
Okay.
And then in my head, I'm just gonna be like, "Fuck yeah!" And I'm just gonna move over just to right here, just kind of kitty corner.
Right there?
Yep. And that ends my turn.
Okay. Poppy, and then Shinora, the other last person. This person.
So it's up the stairs where we came from, right?
No, you came from this door right behind Soren.
Oh, that's a door. Okay.
Yeah.
He's paralyzed. So would I have advantage on him if I melee attack him?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna make a blade and just stare him with it.
Okay.
Is this one of those advantage or auto crit situations?
Yes.
Yes, both.
Both.
Sick.
Oh, okay.
Which is going to count for sneak attack, too.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
21.
Yep, that hits.
Light him the fuck up.
Now's the time.
Not the best roll, but it'll get me. Okay. So double the dice. I rolled a 9, so 18 plus 5 is 22.
Did you do your sneak attack damage?
Mhm.
And that's all included?
Yeah, I rolled a 9 on my sneak attack, so I doubled that to 18, and then plus 5 for 23. 23.
And then plus your regular dice weapon damage?
It's just a 1d6, and then I get 2d6 for my sneak attack. I rolled a 6, a 2, and a 1, so that's great.
Okay, so
Okay,
23
okay.
total.
23 total.
Alright.
Then he's paralyzed. I'm gonna use my bonus action to hit him again.
Okay.
Yeah, that'll hit. It's a 19 plus 7. So
Yeah.
26. Okay. So that's just a D4.
Hit him again.
Rolled a 3. Oh, okay, yeah. So I rolled a 3 on my D4, so 6 plus 5 is 11.
Nice.
And then
Alright.
I don't like being near him. So this table, am I small enough to like crawl under it and kind of stay hunched down there since I'm so little?
You can, but you know, they're right there, so you're not gonna be able to hide under there. They can clearly see you under the table. But you can,
Sure.
you're small enough to get under there if you want.
Yeah, I just feel like if he tries to hit me, it'll be harder for him to hit me if I'm under the table. I'm gonna go under there.
Okay.
He's
You're
like
under-
paralyzed, but he just sees you like crawling under the table,
Okay,
just like
sure. I'm gonna go, if I can, like under this side, like furthest away from him. Yeah. That works.
Okay. That ends your turn? So we are at Shinora with G on deck. Let's see, what does she want to do?
Wait, this is a she?
Yeah.
so
It's described as a large woman,
big lady,
big lady in the notes.
big
I
sea
don't know if that
lady.
means- I don't know if that means tall or otherwise, but that's what I have.
Jesus.
She's going to use her action, and she is going to not so much grow in size, but her body definitely starts to change. You can see her flesh start to go kind of translucent in a way, and then start to turn blue and liquid as she shape changes, polymorphs into a medium serpent that's just composed of water.
Oh,
So this
shit.
large water serpent is now in the room with you.
That's a neat trick.
Don't know that one, Soren.
Yeah, what spell is that?
All right.
I didn't get that far in wizard school.
So she is going to, let's see, oh wait, that is her action. So that's what she does. And then she's going to move closer. She doesn't like her boss being hit. Boop. You got a water serpent. You are getting a little surrounded. So that ends her turn, now that she is a water serpent. And we are back at the top of the round, but you guys hear in the distance, after that one crushing wave Reaver ran off, you can hear this
Oh no.
this alarm going off.
Is our boat still waiting for us?
Tell everybody get out.
Yeah.
Hey, I still have a connection with Pike. I can yell at him.
All right. You can probably guess that Pike is long gone.
Still
They got other
hilarious
ships.
to see where they're at.
All right,
Right.
so that at the start of the round, you guys hear the alarm. So now you can assume that the rest of the keep is aware that there are intruders present. So go ahead, G.
Okay. This snake lady.
Mhm.
I would assume that she is now she's in snake form. Would
Yeah.
dominate beast work on her? She has
Oh, shit.
swim. I would assume if she's made of water and she's part of water cult, she has a swim action. So
You don't know.
I'm on water trident.
Oh, please.
That would be amazing.
You can certainly try.
I feel like we've been waiting 8 episodes for this.
I mean, it's just her form that changes. Like, she is not technically a beast, and nor would I think that this, like, weird water serpent, I feel like that would be more of a monstrosity.
okay.
Hang on. Surely it's, I don't even think it's in. It
Trident.
wouldn't be in the monster.
That was a
I
gift to
appreciate
just. Yeah, that was a gift that you didn't have to find out the hard way that probably wasn't gonna work.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. That's me not being a good DM.
I appreciate
You are
your
a very good
thoroughness.
DM.
Mhm.
You're just being a generous DM. It's already not looking good for us. We can take a little bit of an assist.
Yo, let's. Okay, that's a book it out of here.
I'm gonna say no. She's not just considered a now.
Okay. Yeah, I thought that was kind of a gray area.
I should have let you try it. I didn't think ahead on that.
I mean, we can say that I do.
No.
I did ask. Okay.
It was good
In
thinking.
that,
It could have worked.
thank you. Okay, we're just gonna go with guiding bolt at Grimjaw.
Okay.
Seems foolish not to throw it at him. So yeah, we're gonna do level 2 as well. Let's see.
He is paralyzed, so you have advantage.
Good. Oh, okay. The second one works. That's a natural 20.
Hey!
On the
Hey.
second roll. Thanks.
Nice.
Thanks so much for reminding me about advantage with him being paralyzed. That made all the difference.
Wait, Crystal, am I correct that paralyzed targets still suffered advantage from ranged attacks?
Or is it?
Ooh.
In my mind, it was just like any damage is a crit.
I know that only melee is a crit. Your ranged is not an auto crit.
Okay,
I just
okay,
want to make
yeah.
sure that it does still have advantage. I think paralyzed says attacks against you have advantage.
Yeah, any attack roll that hits you is a critical hit if the attacker is within 5 feet of you,
So melee, yeah.
and they have advantage.
Yeah, so it's not an automatic crit, but it does
Okay.
have advantage.
Okay. So I
20 made it a crit.
yeah, I would say natural 20 on one of the die.
Well, then
Forced
that's
a crit. We just needed to
Alright.
confirm that the advantage was correct.
Right. Yep. Okay. Well, let's gonna roll some dice to see what damage is gonna be. That's 17 on the die, and if it's crit, double that. That's 38, I think.
34.
Okay.
It's doubled.
Yeah.
17
Wait,
doubled. 34.
Yeah. 34.
Wait, how'd you
Roll
roll
17.
17? What dice did you roll?
I just hit it and beyond. It's a second level guiding bolt.
But you
So
only
that's
double
probably-
the dice, right?
Yeah, you don't double the
Oh,
plus
right.
whatever.
Yeah.
So
Shit.
the last number added to it is the modifier.
Right.
So,
Yeah. My bad.
but it-
Don't get me wrong. I wanted
No,
to
he's
make-
right. Because I'm looking at it. It says 5d6 at second level. It's not 5d6
Oh, shit, okay.
plus. It's just 5d6. So that's 17 doubled is 34.
Just kidding. Nice work. Boom.
Nice.
He is looking very hurt.
That was huge.
How's that?
And he's
Uh,
glowy too.
All right. And my turn's taking a while, so I'm gonna stop.
No, you're good. Be thorough.
That was
Take your time.
great.
Yeah.
Be thorough. Be efficient. Be effective.
Nothing else to do right now, though.
Okay. So we're at Jolliver's turn. He is going to try to get out of this paralysis.
Still at disadvantage.
Still at disadvantage. What was the DC?
Wisdom of 16.
Okay. I rolled a 19 and a 16.
Oh
Aim
Uh,
it.
no.
What's his wisdom modifier? Greater than 0?
-1.
I mean, it was a 0, but you said it was a 16.
Yeah, meets it, beats it.
Meets
Yep.
Oh man.
That still ends his turn.
Yes. But he's no longer paralyzed. I did purple for paralyzed. PP, it's easy to remember. Okay.
I'm no longer concentrating.
You're no longer.
No longer PP.
And we can't hear music again when you're ready.
Okay.
That did it.
I see, it's so weird because now I can't hear it. But whatever.
Roll 20, you just need to refresh.
Will that ruin all of like my turn order and stuff?
I don't think so.
All right, I'm gonna do that real quick. Refresh.
Hold, please. Do we all need to refresh too?
I don't think so. Music is off for me.
Yeah, I turned it off. So I turned it off for the refresh. Now I'm about to turn it back on. Nope. I have a hard time getting my playlist to start at the first song. It likes to start at the second or third song.
That's
There we
weird.
go. It's dumb.
We got it.
All right. So that ends his turn. We are at Gabriel with Aaron on deck.
All right. Bonus action. Reactivate Witch Bolt. Oh, that's 10. That's 10 lightning.
Ooh.
Describe how your light takes this guy out.
Hell yeah. So I was a little annoyed. He roughed us up pretty good. So kind of concentrate on this bonus action blast and just fire it. And as it hits him, it just throws him back.
Okay. It throws him back, and Poppy, you can just hear like this crashing noise on top of the table as he kind of like just goes sliding across the table that you're hiding under.
And if I had healing to do, I would heal 7 hit points, but I don't have to heal.
Okay.
So,
And you're no longer concentrating on that. Oh, I forgot to give you a little dot anyway.
and then as he lands, the beam kind of dissipates. All right, and then I got this person right in front of me. I'll use my action to hit them with a booming blade.
Okay.
And for that, I got blast. Oh no, D4 dropped on the ground. All right, look at that one. Oh, it's not gonna be good. To do 5, 10, 11.
11 to hit.
Yeah.
That misses.
Oh.
Damn. All right. I'm gonna back up 5 feet, and I believe with Speedy, the disadvantage still gets imposed even if I miss.
The what gets disadvantage?
If they do an opportunity attack.
Which they will. It's a disadvantage because of the booming blade stuff?
No, because of the speedy feet.
Oh, okay.
F-E-A-T, not F-E-E-T. Although that'd be funny too.
Speedy feet. I like Speedy F-E-E-T.
It can be both.
Speedy feet.
That 14 doesn't hit you, right?
That does not hit.
Okay. And that ends your turn?
Yeah, that'll end the turn. I lost my blessed D4. It's on here somewhere.
All right. So we are now at Aaron with the Crushing Wave Reavers on deck. Gotta get rid of them.
Alrighty. With my bonus action, I will cast at second level. I don't think it helps at all to cast it, but I'm gonna cast Hex on this big lady in front of me.
Okay, let me ask you this. Are you carrying a weapon and a shield?
I am not. I only have a great sword right now.
Okay. You were gifted a shield from Soren.
I just haven't equipped it yet. I have it on my back, but I am not equipping it.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure.
Not until I get Warcaster will I equip that shield.
Okay.
So I cast with my bonus action Hex. It just happens.
Okay.
There's not like a saving throw or anything. So with my action, I am going to cast Vengeful Blade again.
Okay.
I'm still blessed, right?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
Oh, that's a natural 20.
Okay.
Oh shit! Crits all around.
Alright. So, I guess do I just roll 2d6 and then double it?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so that's 5, so 10 damage plus
your modifier.
it's another, so plus another 4, and then because I hex this person, I'm attacking the one I hexed, so another 3 points of necrotic damage.
So 17 total?
Yes.
Okay. What kind of damage?
All the greatsword damage was slashing, and then I think hex is necrotic.
Okay. Hang on just a second.
Yep, necrotic. And for whatever meaning it has, they have, I'll just say strength, they have disadvantage on strength ability checks.
Disadvantage on strength. So your slashing damage, that was the 10?
Yes. I guess the modifier is also slashing as well. So yeah, the additional 4 on that.
So the 14.
Yep.
And then the rest was necrotic. Okay.
Yep.
So you see, you are able to hit with your blade, but the way that it kind of cuts through the water, you can tell that it didn't quite hit as hard as you were expecting. With your, it's not a magical greatsword, is it?
No. Well, I guess for the purposes of, I think my Pact of the Blade and the Hexblade curse, it is magical.
It is magical.
Yeah.
Okay. The magic in it, then, ignore what I just said then. He will go ahead and take the full 17.
And I just say, under my breath, I just say, get some.
All right, does that end your turn?
Yeah, it's my bonus action and my action. I'm going to stay right in the pocket.
Okay. All right, we are at the Crushing Wave Reavers, and then Soren will be after that. This one's gonna come up here, over here, bend down, and try to slice at Poppy under the. She's just gonna like duck down and like do a slice at Poppy.
Ah!
That's a 17 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay. And I'm pretty sure you're wearing armor, right?
Yep.
Okay. Let's see. Ooh. That's 8 of piercing plus 2 of poison, so 10 points total.
How you looking, Poppy?
She's turning more boorish by the second.
All right, so that's what that one does. We will go over here. This one will walk up and try to hit G, also with the shark tooth.
Start
Sword.
hearing oinking noises under the table.
That's a natural 20.
Oh no!
I guess that hits.
Uh-oh.
So that's gonna be. Let me see.
Too late for a light cleric flash.
Oh.
I was just thinking it a second ago, and then I just forgot again.
That's
I have it
16.
written down. Warding flare. Like, don't forget, you can do that.
16 points of damage,
Okay.
2 of which are poison.
Yikes.
Okay. We're fine. Constitution saving throw coming
Yes.
in. We're all good. Still keeping it tight.
Gotcha. Okay, and this last Reaver is going to take a swipe at Aaron. What was it? What is their modifier? I keep forgetting. It's a +5, so that is a 21 to hit.
Yep, and it's
Ooh, nice. 8. 14 points of damage, 6 of which is poison.
Should we be doing something with the poison damage, or is it like if we have a particular weakness?
No, and I don't have to give it to you if you guys were to take like a potion of poison resistance, then that would be important for you to know, but I just like to
Yeah.
split it up.
Okay.
I mean, unless
Keep me
you're
in the-
like a
Keeps me in the mindset because some of my bad guys are like certain things, so I try to
Certain
get
Dragonborn could be resistant to poison, so yeah, it's
Sure.
important.
Yeah. Yep.
barbarians might be.
Yeah, but you guys don't have like the condition of being poisoned. Or
Right.
anything.
Yeah.
It's
Am I
just like
still cursed?
you are still cursed. That ends his turn, and we are at Soren with Poppy on deck.
So I made a mistake last round. I had used my Tides of Chaos to give myself advantage on the deception check, which meant the next leveled spell I cast when I cast Hold Person should have automatically triggered a Wild Magic Surge.
Oh,
Okay.
no.
So, moving forward, when I have a Wild Magic Surge on my next roll, I'm going to keep my D10s right here so I fucking see them. Like Bless, when you put a D4 out, so you fucking remember you have that shit, I'm going to put it right here. And
Okay.
so since I forgot that, after I cast this leveled spell, perhaps we'll just do our Wild Magic Surge at this point.
Yes.
Very well. Because I do see my very special person, Arendriel, surrounded by 2 enemies, one of which is a giant water serpent, and I don't like that. So I am going to cast a first level Chaos Bolt at the watery creature.
Okay.
I have advantage because of innate sorcery. That's a natural 20 with the advantage. It's a 9 and a
Oh,
20.
shit.
Heck yeah.
Those are going around. I don't think anybody's rolled a 1, but we're rolling all kinds of
Yeah.
20s.
20's coming in hot.
So that's 2d8 and 1d6, all double. I can't believe that shit. This is the type of shit where I'm watching it on Critical Role. I'm like, they're faking. That's way too many natural 20s in one session. That's bullshit. Okay. So that's 3 and a 4 and a 5. So that is 7, 12. Doubled is 24. And it has to be either fire or force damage. Considering it's a snake made out of water, I'm going to make it force damage. So that is 24 points of force damage against
Very
Snake
nice.
Bitch.
Very nice.
And as that happens, what you all see is this. I just kind of throw my hands together and kind of, you can just this energy that just blasts forward and impacts against the snake, and the force causes just some of the water to splash on the other side, and then the green flames that you see kind of well up within me when I activate my innate sorcery kind of begin to glow more brightly, and I'm like, oh shit, here we go again, and I have a wild magic surge. So that is a D100.
All right, Soren. Sometimes things go off when you don't mean to, prematurely.
Happens to the best of us. That is a 61.
Okay.
Don't worry. Give me 10 minutes. I can go again. It's fine.
And I will re-tick off my Tides of Chaos that is available to me again.
Okay. So you cast your Chaos Bolt, and then it almost feels like you have some residual magic that is just stuck in your hands, and it starts to burn. It's not burning you necessarily, but you feel like if you were to touch anything that you aren't already wearing, it would just burst into flame for the next minute.
Oh shit! Burn this bitch.
Okay.
Soren's got the hot hand.
There you go.
The next
My
minute,
hands-
any flammable, non-magical object you touch that isn't being worn or carried by another creature bursts into flame, and it takes 1d4 fire damage and is burning.
It's a wooden table in this room.
My hands are on fire! My hands are on fire! And I'm just
Burn
like
the
a
table
surgeon.
down.
My hands are on fire! I assume I can't just. I have movement, but I assume I can't just go touch something as a free action.
Burn
So
the
I'll just be
table.
like, my hands are on fire! And that ends my turn.
Okay.
Just like in Wedding Crashers, and just like hot route.
All right. Poppy is next with Urshnora. This is a terrible name. Urshnora is on deck.
So taking a potion is a bonus action.
Yes.
I'm gonna do that as my bonus action. I'm gonna take my healing potion, which is what 2d4, I think, plus 2.
Yep.
So 7 points of healing. Alright. I'm gonna throw from under the table at Ushnora.
Okay.
Natural 1, but I'm a halfling, so I can reroll that.
Mm-hmm.
That's better.
How many times
Yeah.
or is that just a halfling thing? It doesn't matter how many times.
It just happened.
Okay.
So 27 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
And because Aaron's there, I get my sneak attack.
You sure do.
Or sneak attack.
Turn a 1 into a 27.
Right?
Wait till you get
16.
reliable talent.
16 points of psychic damage.
Okay, minus 16.
And then I'm gonna run over here.
Okay, that crushing wave reaver opportunity attack against you. 15 to hit.
That misses.
Okay.
That's my turn.
That end your turn. All right. We are at Urshnora, and then we'll be at the top of the round. We'll probably cut it right there. So after this person's turn.
Oh, I didn't even realize what time it was.
She is going to use her constrict action and make a attack against Aaron.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is a 21 to hit.
Yep.
All right.
Watery hug.
You're considered everybody's considered a medium smaller character. So, 6, 8. So 10 points of bludgeoning damage, and you are grappled. Until the grapple ends, the target is restrained, and that's it. Okay. So she has you kind of wrapped around this watery serpent tail. And that will end. I already forgot what I'm doing. Upset about it.
You were cutting out real bad. I couldn't hear anything you said.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, it doesn't matter. I was just saying that I forgot something that Jolliver could do, and I'm upset about it. So I'm
not again.
I'm rereading Urshnora's thing to make sure.
There's no save for that restraint. It's just if they hit.
Right. It's just if it hits, you are restrained. You can try to escape from it on your turn.
Okay.
Yeah, that is all she can do. So that will end her turn, and we will be at the top of the round. Stop there so that we can start at the beginning of the round next time.
We're going to take a note about any conditions that Aaron's restrained, who's concentrating on what.
Yeah.
Aaron restrained.
And hashtag blessed.
Yep. Everybody but Shorin is blessed.
And I hit Ushnorah last time, so I'll get advantage on her next turn.
Okay.
I wrote that down. And I'm cursed.
You are cursed.
That's a problem.
That is a problem. I mean, being a werewolf would be pretty dope if I didn't have to dive into it.
Would you be a werewolf, or would you also be a wereboar?
She would
Might
be a
find out.
werewolf.
Wereboar.
That's what I say. I mean, it wouldn't make sense to me for a wereboar to bite you and then you turn into like a werecat or a
species or something. Yeah.
Something cool.
I mean, I played a whole campaign as.
I mean, it would be pretty cool.
Oh, did you mute yourself? Played your whole campaign as a what? Oh, there you go.
Vampire/werewolf, technically.
Yeah, you were like a vampire in our C2.
Yeah, I was a blood hunter.
Was the shit.
Yeah.
Vampire werewolf is what I played as in Morrowind like 20 years ago.
Nice.
It was
Well, that ends
essentially
our
like
session.
yeah, go ahead.
I was just going to wrap up the video if that ends our session.
It
and
does
we'll be
end our
back
session next
a week from
Tuesday,
today
I
on
believe.
Tuesday. Indeed.
Yeah.
Tuesday.
That's the first day of my new job, so if we can, I'm probably gonna have to stay the whole time. So if we can, just push it to 6:30.
Yeah, we can do that.
Mhm.
Okay, just because I'm gonna have to ensure. I'm gonna have to probably stay a little bit later, just in case. So.
Oh,
If you're
okay, yeah.
falling-
You're
if
in,
you're
you're in
falling-
Central Time.
Yeah. If you're real behind, we could always get started, and you could just join us as soon as you get here. But I don't mind pushing it back a little
Yeah.
bit.
Yeah, your
I mean-
turn. Well, your turn is third, so
Yeah. Because I mean, I will probably be getting back to that.
you
Man,
cut out
everybody's
again.
audio's all fucked up.
Yeah, my thing is not working. I'll probably have to I'll be getting home at 6 and then just unloading and then hopping on. So
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna end the video here, especially because the dogs are barking. But we'll plan on starting again next week, probably at 7:30 Eastern, 6:30 Central, and I'm gonna kill the feed. Back to
Kill,
combat
kill.
next week. Night night.